out right now. Hey, everybody, what up? What up? What up? Hopefully, we're streaming here on Facebook. Hopefully, you guys are doing great tonight. This is Thursday. Let me see if we can see ourselves. You always got to make sure that the devices are working properly, right? Vic Strizio's here. It's great to be with everybody here. Welcome, everybody. Tell me, how are you? How you been? How's your business? How's your life? You know, what you up to on Thursday night? I can see we are. So you guys are doing great. We are streaming. All right, Rick, I can see you. Mike. All right, Hardy, Eric, Austin Tools. I can see you guys. Okay, as you guys are coming in here, so feel free to share this. We're gonna be hanging out here. We're gonna be talking about Insta Traffic Mastery. All right, I have Tim Karsliev here with me. I'm gonna be bringing him on in just a moment. But you guys might want to go ahead and share this stream with you, with your friends. Would appreciate that. And if you're in the 4% group, definitely pay attention to what we're doing here tonight, you guys, because we are opening up, okay, registrations for the Insta Traffic Mastery. And let me ask you this: who is fired up, huh? Who is fired up about that one? Let me do a couple things here, because I want to see your comments. You know, I want to be able to see where you guys are all from. Hey, Tim, do you see this?
Yes, I do see it. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you. So check it out. So Tim, I'm gonna bring you on here. Everybody, this is Tim, right there. That guy right there, Tim Karsliev. Okay, the Instagram, the Insta Traffic Mastery creator. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about the course, you guys. We're gonna get into the details about, you know, what is this, why we're doing this, why you should be definitely paying attention to this. You know, what's happening in the industry. Tim, we're just gonna, you know, just banter back and forth, man. I mean, this is a hangout place. You know, the reason I wanted to do this on a Facebook is because we did not want to utilize our members area, you know, the 4% members area, because we are going to be pushing this out live. And I'm gonna do a screen share. I'm gonna demo this for you guys, so you will see exactly what's happening here. So we did not want to take up, you know, those resources and you know, so potentially there is no mess up happening, right? So we're just gonna hang out here. If you got questions, you'll be able to ask your questions, and of course, Tim is going to be here. Tim, who are you, man? Just tell everybody who are you. You know, if somebody doesn't know you, before we get into this.
Well, my name's Tim. I'm from Sacramento, small town here in California. Nothing fancy, but yeah, I'm an Instagram influencer, I guess. We try not to use that name.
Why not?
Because I mean, it's just who you are. It's not like, you know, I guess, I mean, if we're a doctor, we'd say we're a doctor, but we're just influencers. So we're people who inspire people, at least in my niche. I inspire and motivate people to live a better life and to make better themselves. I mean, go for it, Vic. You know, the idea behind who I am is just basically just pushing people, go for it.
Dude, you're so humbled, man. It's like imagine if you are the top expert at what you do, right? One of the top guys in the world in your field. You know, the top brain surgeon, the top this, the top that, the top marketer, the top, you know, specific niche expert, right? You don't have to be shy about it, right? Tim, give everybody, like, what's, you know, how big is your reach? What do you guys do on Instagram? Maybe share a little bit about your backstory, how you build it up, you know, 10,000 foot overview. And then I want to circle it back and just start talking about what's happening in the industry, potential use for this skill set, right? And moving forward, you know, where do we see the industry is going? We're going to dive into the details of the actual training, what's covered, what's not covered, all that good stuff. And we'll see where it goes. We'll answer questions. We'll hang out.
Can you hear me, Vic?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Yeah. So basically, you know, my background, you know, the way I started is in October of 2014, jumped on Instagram with no reach, no audience, just posting motivational stuff that I had from, since I was in healthcare, I was an executive, so I was always posting, really raw shark mentality, get it, go get it. We don't care about excuses. I don't care how you feel, all that stuff, into basically inspiring people into moving around and creating original content. And people were drawn to me. And then I noticed there was a few other people doing it too. And I said, hey, you're creating content, I'm creating content, let's work together.
Yeah.
So after that little launch, I mean, obviously there's a lot of things that happened in the back end that we talk about in the course. We just launched out and started growing together. And today, after about a year and a half, I hit 1 million followers, family, friends. People were inspired and motivated by the message I put out in the world. And it's just been going since then. But I noticed once I hit about like 200,000 followers on Instagram is when the marketplace shifted for us. We noticed that other influencers wanted to break into this marketplace and they weren't able to, and we channeled them in. Our reach is, to be honest with you, Vic, if you said, hey, Tim, I want to reach everyone on Instagram, or I want to reach 20% of everyone or 30% of everyone on Instagram to see my picture, my face, we could do that for you, you know?
Yeah.
And if you want more than that, we can do that too, except now we have to brand for that. So there's no, just within my network, I'm part of one network that has 181 million. I'm part of another network that has like 100 million. Another one has 81 million. They're all different niches. So realistically, I try to balance things out, not say too much because people probably get overwhelmed by those numbers and can't even really fathom that type of number. But
yeah,
on average, we have a reach of easily 150 million, and we have 1 billion reach throughout 3 different platforms: Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
So between Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, that's you guys pushing 1 billion in reach.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. So you guys, is there anybody here? You might not be a member of the 4%, but you're just kind of hanging out. Because I'm going to assume that if you're in the 4%, you're here, you're watching us, you know what's happening, right? So what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring the most potent education, training to the marketplace, right? Through the 4% being a channel. And we wanted to focus on quality, man. There's so much garbage, so much noise. I did a stream on it yesterday. Last night I talked about it. Every time I do it, every time I talk to people, I mention this because this is something that needs to be addressed. There's a lot of garbage. There's a lot of people, just kind of blind leading the blind syndrome going on, happening. Somebody took a little course from somebody else and they just heard the information. They didn't apply the principles of it. You know what I mean? And Tim, tell me if you see that happen, what's your thoughts on that one? But typically, you guys, what happens is this: some quote unquote guru, right, gets a piece of information, most likely incomplete information, right? They heard it, they never applied it, they never got results themselves, let alone with other people. And if they did get results, it's probably some sort of a gimmick. Okay, maybe they bought followers, like for example, in Instagram space, so many courses, man. Like so much out there, dude. It's like ridiculous. And one guy's pitching you, dude, I'm gonna sell you followers. Another guy's like, hey, I'm gonna sell you a combo. I'm gonna sell you a follower, and I'm gonna sell you comments that you can purchase from me. I'm gonna sell you likes. I'm gonna sell you video views. Who needs that, right? If it's not organic, if people are not coming to you interested in what you got going on, what is it doing to you, man? It's not doing anything to you, right? So myself, I wanted to learn this game. Why? And the reason for that is because looking at the current trends, where the puck is going, Gretzky's saying, I go where the puck is going, the famous saying that everybody knows, right? But how true, dude? What is that, 2012, I think in April, sometime in April, right, Tim, 2012, that Facebook bought Instagram?
Yeah, they bought it for $1 billion.
$1 billion bucks. Yeah, I think they paid like 300,000 in cash and then stocks and some sort of deal. But in total, it's like $1 billion investment they made.
Yeah, they
right?
probably didn't even know what they're buying.
Yeah. Why would they do that, dude? I mean, from your perspective, seeing the thing unfolding from your point of view, why do you think it makes sense for them to do that?
Well, realistically, I have no idea. If Mark is truly the visionary he is, and he's seen what was going to happen today or what's going to happen in like 3 or 4 years from now, I got to give it up to that guy because I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
If he bought it realistically, knowing what it was truly going to turn into, it's phenomenal. But I think what happened is he didn't even know what it was really truly going to turn into. He had an idea of what he wanted to do with it, but it went totally, a different direction.
Yeah. So to invest $1 billion, right? So obviously they saw the future, maybe not so clear, but they could see it enough to be able to justify the investment. And right now, Instagram is what? How big is Instagram right now, Tim? It's
about 600 million active users.
Okay. That means that like guys like yourself, how many accounts do you guys have? Multiple, several accounts, right?
probably 20 plus. Last time I haven't counted in a while because I got a team of staff members who are also helping me out. So yeah, I have at least probably about 20 accounts, and some not like just sitting around too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Instagram is stats and tech guys are counting actually active users. So there could be total of, let's say, 200 million users realistically. Everyone knows multiple accounts, so there could be 300 million users. So we really don't know their exact number, but we know there's about 600 million active users online.
Right. And when I think about it, you guys, like, so I see that, right? As a marketers, if you attended my stream last night that I did, and we talk about this in the group, right, in the 4%, a lot of people are like, okay, what's my challenge? My challenge is traffic generation, getting people to see my stuff. It's like just like getting that momentum going, right? In business, getting the traction. At the end of the day, dude, if you're in business, you are in business. Rule number one is to stay in business. Figure out how to get get your business to breathe, right? The oxygen for your business is cash, right? Everybody, don't get fooled by anybody else. Don't get wishy-washy. Don't go up in the clouds. You're thinking that, oh my goodness, I'm here to change the world. If you're an entrepreneur, right? The truth to be told that entrepreneurs, if you're not making cash, if you're not bringing in the dough, right? If you're not what's the saying you guys have over there, Tim? About that?
Which one? Which part?
I don't know, dude. About something about cash. I thought it was kind of cool. You bring the bag or something like that. What do you say?
Oh yeah, secure the bag.
Secure the bag, right? So if you're not securing the bag, man,
Yeah,
you can't do much. I mean, you can't really help the poor. You can't build a church. You can't help your kids. You can't help your grandkids. You can't help your parents. You cannot do nothing.
Yeah,
right?
You can't do nothing without the money.
If you don't have the money coming in, and if you're an entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneurs are creators, right? You're either a taker or you are a contributor. That's it. There's nothing in between. I mean, I guess you can be, somewhere in between, but you're either gonna contribute to society, right, or you're gonna be taken from the society. If you're somebody who doesn't, do anything, and you're getting the government benefits, that's okay. Look, when I got started, when we came to the United States, I was a kid, 13 years old probably. Back in 96, we came over from the Ukraine. I was a kid. We were on welfare, man. Tim, I don't know if I told you that story, man. But dude, we were receiving government assistance, right? But my parents were like, obviously you gotta have a few weeks to find a job and that kind of stuff, get yourself situated. There's nothing wrong with getting assistance at one point in time in your life. But our parents were always like, let's get to work. So that got, that instilled in me the belief system that, you've got to contribute. You've got to do something, right? Whatever that is. And so entrepreneurs, you guys, it is our responsibility to make things happen and not be, the takers. Don't just like consume stuff, right? And be have a handout all the time. In order for that to happen, right? There was several categories of entrepreneurs. Category number one is somebody who is going to be like, okay, I'm just going to see what's everybody doing, and I'm just going to try to fit into what everybody else is doing. Everybody is trying to figure out this traffic game, or what are we promoting? Okay, we're going to go to this business opportunity, the next shiny thing. Don't talk to anybody. Don't call anybody. Don't pick up your phone. Don't pick up your computer. Don't pick up anything. Go on the beach, lay down. You got to buy into this little deal, and we're going to do everything for you, okay? Well, the truth of the matter is you're gonna get disappointed big time with that kind of deal, right? Entrepreneur number two, these guys are just doing what worked 5 years ago, and they're trying to live in the past, right? Or entrepreneur number three is the guy who's on a cutting edge, okay? I want to be that guy on a cutting edge all the time, because what worked 3 years ago does not necessarily work today, right? In 2012, Instagram was totally different, completely different than what it is right now. But guess what? A year from now, Instagram will probably change again, right? For the better. So I want to be on a cutting edge. So, and I look at, what's my opportunities right now? Okay, what I'm sharing with you right now, are some thinking strategies that will be beneficial for every entrepreneur to adopt, because it might help you, right? So I'm identifying opportunities. And again, last night on a stream, I talked about these waves, right? There are cycles. Everything goes in cycles. And so with traffic generation, what is the uprising wave right now, right? What is that big, massive wave that if I can learn to capitalize on that, Well, that would be, what is Facebook doing with Instagram? Again, investing, building it out. Here's what I'm seeing. 7.47, some people say 7.6 billion. I didn't count them. I don't know. Okay, I'm just based on statistics. And depending where you get into statistics, somewhere north of 7 billion people in the world right now, right? And more being born, obviously, every single day. But there is only 1.6 billion on Facebook. And Facebook's vision is to connect the entire world, okay? Bring the internet into third world countries. Tim, I don't know if I told you this, but when we're starting to get like in the 4%, you guys, right? We are starting to see accounts coming in from third world countries like we have never seen before. And our support people, I just had a conversation today with Paul, our support guy, head of support department. He's like, dude, do you see what's happening? I mean, we're getting people, right, that we weren't getting like 2 years ago, with our stuff. A year ago. So Facebook is going after connecting all these guys together, and they are, they've invested in Instagram, so they're going to be pushing that little baby, right? An opportunity right now is literally unprecedented. So I'm like, okay, I want to learn this. Who do I go to? Our paths crossed with, Tim, obviously, you and I, we've connected through a mutual friend, and we started talking, and I'm like, dude, there could be something. I want to learn. Initially, I was going to hire you guys to help me, with marketing on Instagram, right? And we had that conversation. I know Irvin is a guy that, a mutual friend of ours. But then we started talking further. I'm like, dude, people need this type of education, because you're not somebody who is, you don't buy followers. You don't engage in any of those shady activities out there. You do things that are here to stay. You don't have to worry about anything. And I wanted to learn that, but then I wanted to take it a step further. I'm like, okay, we've got people that are 4%ers, right? Not typical. So we're going to bring this education. And so we've created a course on Instagram, because who's, the better teacher than Tim Karsliev, who, one of the, probably, I don't know, Tim, how many, would you say, because I was making this claim, and this is from my judgment, but you're probably one of the, probably a handful of guys out there on Instagram that control majority of these big accounts, luxury lifestyle accounts, all these motivational accounts, personal development accounts. Am I correct in that, or is there how many players are there like you on Instagram?
It is truly a handful, Vic. To be honest with you, if it's not me, or it's within my network, or it's part of my pocket deal.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the leading individuals in the category of putting money in other influencers' pocket, Vic, to be honest with you. I don't think any influencer out there has put more money in other influencers' pocket than I have in the industry itself. So I have a good rep in that area too. That's how I build a lot of relationships, to be honest with you too, Vic. Also, I just got a text message from Andy Priscilla. Maybe some of the audience here knew who Andy is. He was like, "What's up, Tim? How you doing?" So
yeah, dude, I was at the 10x Growth Con with Grant Cardone. As you're talking here, I'm gonna bring up a screen here, you guys. I'm gonna give you a preview. I'm gonna do like a little screen share, and I'm gonna share with you the details of the course here in a minute. But Tim, I just came from a couple weeks ago from 10x Growth Con. Guys like Grant Cardone, right? He had Andy Priscilla up on the stage speaking, presenting. I think they're running like a large supplement company or something like that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's worth about $100 million to a supplement company.
Yeah.
And he's been doing great brand building. We've done a lot of work for him initially, but
right. I know when you and I were recording course here
Yeah.
in our studios, you had a text from, I don't know if you want to mention them, Gary V people, right? I mean, guys like that. Book launches. I know we were in LA there.
Yeah. Big Khalid book launch. Yeah, kind of declined that offer. Didn't want to. The talk to Tyrese Gibson. There's no other platform in the world today like Instagram. Even Facebook is a dominating industry, Vic.
Yeah.
But Facebook's the limiting factor. Most times these celebrities and high-profile individuals have their management team running it, but they're really picky with their Instagram accounts. It's like Twitter; they want to be on it, So you get your attention on Instagram through celebrities or whoever it is. They're on the app playing around themselves, so they're seeing you, they're seeing your comments, they're replying to you if they know who you are, if you're if you're leveled up. So that's why Instagram's a little different beast. It's like the style of today. It's the fashion trend. And, that's where you want to be at. You want to be where that's happening. I mean, the forecasting for what I've envisioned for what's going to be happening in Instagram by 2020 is phenomenal. And I have some really great plans for myself and my company and what I'm going to do with it. So yeah, it is still a baby. If anybody in this, whoever's watching this video still hasn't joined, I don't know what you're doing. And and you're at the right place right now, because we didn't have these types of trainings. We had to pioneer the path, and we tried things out. Some things worked, some things didn't. But now, today, from all the trial and error, I know what works, because even if you buy these courses from other people, or people trying to do certain things or help you out, there's a limiting factor to everything.
Yeah.
Unless you break in certain barriers. There was a limiting factor when I hit 30,000 subscribers. There was a limiting factor when I had 60, when I got to the 100,000, So that's why in this course we cover all that, to create a smooth transition straight to the top, without you getting like capped out, saying, what's going on? I reached 100,000. I'm not growing anymore. Why am I stuck here for the next 6 months? You don't want to be there, especially if you're looking for rapid growth. Also, I want to talk about what you said earlier about people selling that fast track stuff, Vic. A lot of young entrepreneurs who ended up buying some of these things that were on the online space that I intentionally did not promote myself, messaged me and said they're in debt. And I told them, why are you buying something of that value when you're not positioned to win? I mean, what were you thinking? And a lot of times individuals today are not positioning themselves to win because they're jumping the gun. You gotta do certain things before you get there. You don't just go there and assume, you got to go back and do all this now. You got to set the foundation right. You don't build a house without setting up a foundation first and making sure it's good. You got the plumbing done. You don't go back and put the plumbing in after you build the house. It doesn't make sense,
Yep.
Especially if it's, concrete area. So it's kind of like with social media, what we did is we set the whole foundation from ground up and said, here's the full context, here's the architecture, here's where we're going, here's what we want, here's how we want everything designed, and we did it. Obviously through trial and error, but that's why today, we're having this conversation, and all those other conversations we had in LA and also in South Dakota was all to make sure you dodge those trial and errors. You don't want to. It could be very costly for you. It could ruin your reputation. It could ruin your brand.
Yep. Instagram
can blacklist you. Instagram could put you in a shadow links. There's different things that happens today. People, on Facebook, how when you post something big, you were talking about this yesterday on your live stream, that they only show to a certain amount of your audience. And then you got to pay for them to expand to your majority of your audience. And the funny thing is, these are the people who decide to subscribe to you because they love your content, but Facebook is suppressing you from even connecting with them.
Yeah.
Instagram hasn't started doing that at a micro level, but there's certain things you could do not knowingly that they'll blacklist you, and they'll say, okay, you screwed up here. Sorry, we're going to blacklist you here. You'll never know. And you'll be like, why is my engagement low? Why am I not growing? Why am I never on the Explorer page? Why am I never trending? And again, that's the cool thing about Instagram too, compared to Facebook, is that you can end up on the Explorer page where all these other people who are not even part of your network can see you.
Yeah.
So different beneficial factors that people, that's why it's trending really well right now, because of some of those factors. Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Facebook is definitely like, there's like insider things if you don't know, which again, you guys, right now I'm learning a lot about this kind of stuff, right? Because with Facebook, algorithms change, right? So if you don't have somebody that you are getting the right information from, right? A source that's plugged in to the source, through which you are or with which you are playing, you're going to be learning from a lot of people that are echoes, right? In the game, and most of them don't even have a clue what's going on with what they're talking about. So I wanted to learn this, so I wanted to bring the same opportunity, open the same doors for you guys. Hey, if you like this, give me a heart. Okay, give me a heart right now. Tim, we just pushed this out live. So what I'm going to do, man, is I'm going to do a screen share. All right, let you guys see. Here's how this works. Okay, this course, you guys, is exclusive to the 4%. Okay, so is everybody seeing my screen? Okay, if you see my screen, give me a heart and say, yeah, I see your screen. Okay, let me know if you see my screen here. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that this is showing up properly. Okay, so you guys are that are in the 4% group, regardless which level, you can be a free level. Okay, you can be a free level, you can be a pro level, you can be a lifetime level, regardless. Okay, when you log into your members area right now, okay, and you will click on business and marketing. Okay, you will see these different programs that are, some of them are available, some of them in development, but we're building out literally the world's best marketplace and portfolio for education for an entrepreneur, for a modern entrepreneur that has ever been created. Okay. And so here is Insta Traffic Mastery. You guys will be able to open this up. Okay. And so Tim, you wanna dive into and just kind of, let's talk about each of the modules. There's 10 modules, right? Initially there was going to be 9 modules. This is how the course is laid out, you guys. Okay. You'll be able to collaborate. So Tim is going to be there. Very, very simple, very, very intuitive. Each module is going to have its own resources section, its own little description, its own area for us to communicate, all that stuff, and we'll really, really get into detail. So Tim, let's do a quick 10,000 foot overview for each module. Okay, so module number 1 is set up and getting started.
Yeah, so basically setup, getting started, just basically the setup of your page, how should it look. We tap into name picking, design, flow. I mean, just a whole bunch of things, to be honest with you. That just covers all the basic things you need to know about setting up an account, how to secure your account internally, how to have the right security features so no one takes your account from you. How to have what type of emails to use when you're creating this type of account. Because I get threats all the time saying, "Hey, your account's going to be mine soon." And we've had friends. So we talk about all these different things within the platform. How to literally go about it, how to link it to your Facebook setup and all that. That's kind of about the module. Your bio, your security, the types of different accounts, Vic. We talk about that too within the intro. You want me to just go through the modules, or how do you have to do
Hey,
this?
you know what, man? I actually have our PDF. I'm gonna just go run very, very quickly through it, you guys, so you have a quick overview of what's being talked about. Literally, no stone has been left unturned. Okay, and you'll notice I'm in the video with Tim, and I'm a newbie beginner's advocate. Those of you who know me, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm an advocate for beginner because my philosophy is this: if I can help a complete beginner, if I can, present it in a way that a complete beginner would understand it, then we can teach anybody, right? And so, Tim, obviously to you, this is like second nature, man. You're like, whatever, this is easy. To me, somebody who's coming in and really want to master this game, right? As we're going through this module, this is a very, very, very fun setup, by the way, because Tim is explaining, and I'm there watching his screen, and whatever he is showing, like for example here, in this module, like if he is showing stuff on his phone, the phone screen is literally showing up over here, as you can see on the left, in the video. And it's really, really cool. You guys will really dig it. It's a very, very easy set and layout here for this. But for every module, based on the topic, there is also a question and answer banter back and forth. Okay, what about this? What about this? This didn't make sense to me. Please explain this in a different way. So it's a really, really and I'm being a complete beginner in this particular specs, right? So you guys will really, really love it. Let me give you a quick rundown here of the modules, okay? So now module number 1 is 10 modules, right? Module number 1 will cover setting up an account, the bio power, Instagram security, different types of accounts. In module 2, we go through content, write pictures for the account, tools for design, account design, Insta videos, okay? And then module 3, where Tim dives into the free growth strategies. So this is your posting strategies for power hashtags and time zones, getting to know your audience. How do you do that? What's the approach? Insta bombs. Okay, Insta bombs is that a technical term, Tim?
Yeah, we use it like, hey, everybody go flood and show some love.
So Insta bombs, growth groups, cross promotions, account cleanup, the unfollow strategy. That's all module 3. Then module 4 is a pay to play module, right? For guys who want to move faster, right? Influencer growth. This is something I want to know, right? Influencer growth, paid shout outs, the Kip network, the telegrams, the little resources that you utilize. Speaking of this kind of stuff, you guys, I know people, right? Some people that you probably know as well, if I mention their name. Some of these guys are top income earners in what they're doing, right? solely off of Instagram, like 100%. Okay, so cool stuff. Module 5 is all about analytics, and this is specific tools and technologies that, Tim, you share that you use personally. Module 6 is business promotions. You're talking about links in bio strategy, Instagram lead magnets, the power of DM, the power of Insta stories, a landing page plus influencers equals big email list and sales. Okay, that was a really big eye opener as well. Instagram ads is module 7. Okay, so the entire module is dedicated to Instagram ads, elements of an effective ad, how do you structure it, how do you compose it, how do you make sure it's a winning ad, your customers, how do you do the right approach, right? Ad message, pictures and videos, design and strategies, how do you stand out and all the good stuff, the flow, everything. Module 8 was one of my favorite, dude, because you covered influencers, all about influencers. Who are the influencers, types of influencers, contact, how do you contact them, how do you find them, where do they hang out, all that good stuff. Module 9 is about networking. Networking is the power. We cover stuff like power of networking. What is networking? How do you start with that kind of thing? How do you get into that? Business networking, specific do's and don'ts about networking, and some other cool secret stuff as well. Module 10, and Tim was like, dude, we should probably have this as like, maybe something else that we can offer for people later on or whatever once they get situated. You want to talk a little bit about module 10? Don't go into the details, obviously. We don't want to. It's like NDA type stuff.
Yeah. So module 10 is basically, I'd say, like my secrets. After you do all this stuff, what you can do outside of doing any of this stuff. How you can. I think I shared about 6 different other income streams possibility.
Yeah.
Without even having a network, without even having a large following. So, and we had the conversation saying, hey, if I didn't have what I have today, here's how I'd be making money. So I know it's gonna probably change some people's lives actually. If they just go focus even on, if they say, hey, you know what, I don't want to build a network, I don't want to build an Instagram account, and I'm just gonna focus on this. They can just go make money from that module alone, big.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see what people will do with that one. I don't want to give too much detail because that's going to create a lot of competitors for what I'm doing already, Vic. So that module alone, because I spilled out what I do, and a lot of influencers out there still don't even know what I do. So they're going to find out by seeing this video themselves.
Yeah. I had a guy at the office today, Tim. Check out this story, man. I had a guy at the office. Everybody's like fired up about Insta Traffic Mastery. By the way, if you guys are members of the 4%, you can log into your account and you can pick it up right now. We're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Anybody that picks it up right now, we are launching this, you guys. The original. I want to make sure this is clear, okay? And I'm gonna tell you the story. I want to be very clear, so there is no misunderstanding. We're not gonna do this, beat around the bush about pricing and everything like that. This course, Tim, would you say is worth realistically at least very, very real $2,000 for somebody who would take the information? Is this real value if we put that $2,000 price point on?
I would say a lot more than that, Vic, to be honest, because this is a business model. I taught a digital business that you could take and run a full multi-million-dollar corporation off of this if you do it right. Yeah.
So we're going to be selling this course. It's not available anywhere else outside of the 4% for purchase. Okay, so it's exclusive through the 4%. We're launching it. We're curating the content. It lives in the 4%. You don't have to be a pro level member of the 4% to be able to get the course, but you just have to be a registered member, because 4% is going to become a world-class network as well as the education center, okay, that we're building out, known for its value. Okay, so we got a lot of people beating down our doors with, hey, you guys promote our product and we get our product into your system. No. Okay, we only pick, hand select the best that's most relevant to what's needed in the marketplace now. Okay, so be rest assured, you pick up the course, the training is going to be world-class, top-notch, the best, cream of the crop. Second, we're going to be releasing specific marketing funnels for this course that you guys, members of the 4%, okay, if you're a master's level member, you'll be able to promote it to the outside world, okay? And you'll be able to earn commissions on the course when you sell it, okay, or when it sells through the system. It will be selling for at least $1,000. Okay, we'll sell it for less than we could realistically sell it for, because we want to get the most value for the dollar, right? It will be selling for $1,000. We are running right now an internal grand opening promotion. Okay, and when you go to that page, okay, let me see if I can share with you that page here. So I think that page looks like this right here. Okay, so when you guys click on enroll in a course, you'll see a page like that. Okay, just watch that video right here, and okay, this will give you a little bit more information. But Tim agreed to slash the price 50% for our internal members only during the grand opening. Okay, so you guys can pick it up right now for $497 one time. There is no monthly, nothing like that. Okay, it'll tell you when it's available until. You can get more information about the course. Very, very cool. Hey, 4% group members. How do you like this? How do you guys like this layout? Is that pretty cool or what? Okay, pretty cool. So all of our courses will be presented like that. Now, check this out. Here's what's going to happen, okay? All of you guys that are picking up the course tonight, okay? Anybody that picks up the course tonight, okay? We will get together. We will get together privately, and we will start discussing the idea of creating our own network. Okay, Tim, you want to talk about the power of networks and why they are important, and maybe a little bit without going too much details that you cover in the course?
Well, I mean, it's the human element. It's exactly what you're doing now, Vic. You know, creating this network and opportunity, and then also sharing the wealth. The power of the network is basically you're building a family, you work together, you cultivate together. Yeah. And then once one of you makes it, brings everybody else on because they're sharing the money within the network. So that's why our network's been such a powerful niche, because we grew together, we made money together, and now we know the trends and we basically control the marketplace in that area together. And people, when one person comes to any one of us, they basically come to all of us. Yeah. And also insider trade secrets, things that work for you, who to watch out from, who's a scammer. You know, we talk. It just creates a community because, you know, social media. You're part of the family. In the same way you have family at home, you have family online, and you're communicating, socializing, hanging out. And the good thing is when you fly down to, let's say, New York, you'll have some friends there. When I fly down to South Dakota, I can come see you, Vic. You know, it creates it creates all these broad different arenas, not including, I'm not even talking about the growth power of this. I'm talking about the whole human socializing aspect of it, but the growth power of it, we go in details about in the course on how you utilize the network and how you partner with these people or whoever these people are that you align with, and how you guys all grow together real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Cool,
That's
man.
kind of like the idea of work. I know there's a lot of information in there. I don't want to get into it because I'm the type of person, if I start talking about it, Vic, I'll give everything away. So
yeah. So the people that you started out, okay, this is why I thought, you know, when Tim and I would talk about it, I'm like, we should really do something with it. Initially, when you got started, right, you were telling me how there was you and a few other guys that got together and created a little network, and you had like 30 likes or 20 likes per post on your account back then.
Yeah, it was like 10 likes even.
Right, and you guys are still running, and so your network now grew because initially you got together and everybody in the network, everybody is winning. Like everybody's a mega influencer.
Yes. And here's the thing about this too, Vic. There's massive accounts in the industry that are like 8 million, 10 million, but they don't understand the business of this industry the way I do and some of my influencer friends do. We've been leading in that pack, also creating revenue streams and educating other influencers on how to utilize their audience. They have massive audience. They don't know how to make a single dollar, and they're struggling. They're having a hard time. And we've been teaching. That's why this course is going to give somebody the whole insight of the industry. Yeah. Is if you're an influencer, you want this. If you don't know anything about this industry, you want this. This is for everybody, Vic. And I was telling one of my brothers. My brother's like, dude, you just spilled everything out. Wow, you should have saved some for another course. I was like, hey, I'd rather build value now, so people understand that, hey, Tim is truly going to be changing people's lives. I'm going to be blown away, Vic, when some of these people come back in a year from now, creating their own whole world of networks and money and email lists. And, I hope some of you guys will become really successful. The $497 are pretty cheap. I hope you come back and maybe give a little bonus to me, please. I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah. So you guys can pick up right now. Here's the thing. The networking part of it, deal later on. There's going to be some sort of a vetting process and system that we're going to put around it, because there's going to be like thousands and thousands and thousands of people in it, we're going to have to put some sort of a limiter parameters on it. But anybody that picks up the course before midnight tonight, okay, we'll get together with you guys privately. And I know there's a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of you guys are picking it up right now. Who got it right now? Okay, tell me if you got it already. Let's see. Oh my goodness, a bunch of you guys. Oscar, Stephen, Bill, Ellen, Joyce, Natalia, Keith, Mary, Kay, Mike, David, a whole bunch of you guys. Okay, it's gonna be too long to mention. Let me tell you a story. So everybody's fired up, Tim, right, at the office here about the course launching out. People are like our employees at the office, they're chomping at the bit to purchase, the Insta Traffic Mastery, because this guy is like, hey, I just got an idea. He's like, tell me what you think about this. I know somebody who sells like a coffee or a tea, right, through the little startup. He's like, they don't know much about social media. I can buy Insta Traffic Mastery course. I can go through the training, through the education. I can learn these things, and I can apply it on his business and get him to pay me to run, and build up his account on Instagram from the knowledge that I'm getting, from the skills that I'm acquiring over here. Does that make sense? So I'm like, totally, man. You're not just limited to like internet marketing. You're not just limited to info products or whatever. And so, Tim, I want you to talk about the possibility, dude. And I think some people are still, don't realize the huge potential. Where this thing is going with the clickable images, with the link outs per, different link outs per account. Like, open up a little bit of a possibility door here for everybody. What's possible?
So, I believe that there's certain things that are happening right now, Vic, and I'm aligning myself up for those things also, that if I don't do certain things by 2020, I think I'm going to miss the wave. And these types of things take time to formulate, to come to life. So I'm aligning myself to do certain things by time 2020 hits. And it goes same thing for anybody who's a newbie who hasn't gone on. You're going to want to line up and be in this wagon by 2020. I believe every large company, corporation, is going to be like their television to radio move. It's going to go from television, 20%, 80% digital marketing until they can wean off of it. But they'll never wean off of television, but it'll go almost 70-30. Everyone's moving their money into the digital space, Vic. T-shirt companies. I believe Instagram is going to impact YouTube, Amazon, eBay, Google. They're going to impact everybody, Vic. When I say YouTube, for example, they're rolling out paying for video views now on Facebook, and they're going to roll it out to Instagram. They're also utilizing, someone right now can also start putting an ad within your group now, Vic. Facebook is doing that. They're doing, they're allowing people to click on a picture and go straight to your website, but you're not going to need a website in the future either. I believe they're going to put a lot of businesses out of business. So even the .com era is going to probably slowly start to wean off. And because, you're not going to need a .com anymore when you're going to have your own Instagram store, which people do right now. Have your own Facebook store. Why do you have to leave when you can make the purchase right there?
Crazy.
Amazon's going to protect it because no one's going to need to go to Amazon anymore. It's going to be right there. Click a button away.
Yeah.
YouTube's going to get affected. Why are you going to go searching for anything when Google, the community's here. Everyone's hanging out on Instagram. Everything's trending. The cool thing about Instagram is it's quick, Vic. And you notice this, quick likes, quick comments, quick interaction, quick traffic. So that's what I was telling you. I think we had a conversation around this, that when I was promoting a link for myself, we would do this quick 15-minute pushes, like 15-minute boom, you're out. And we would get like massive traffic, take it down so we can spam our accounts. So you can create your own clothing line. You can create your own food channel. You can become a celebrity. You can become a comedian. I don't know. What do you want to do? I mean, you want to create a lifestyle, like have video guys follow you everywhere, create your own life and trend. The cool thing about Instagram, you'll trend a lot quicker. You'll trend on Facebook. On Facebook, viral video is pretty big. On Instagram, people become real big real quick.
Yeah.
It can happen. And the funny thing is, I know some of the people here probably know that video, that damn Daniel, who's wearing the white Vans. When that came out, it was some of my buddies that literally pushed them over to go viral, and everybody knows about them. So even till today, they're like, damn, Daniel, look at them shoes, So we create the trends, and you could be a leader and an influencer in the next 2 to 3 years if you do this the right way. is whether you want to run a company, you want to run a brand, you want to sell your car parts, you want to sell clothing, you want to come with a lipstick line of business, you want to create your own. Big, I have no idea. However creative you are, to be honest with you, is where you're going to win. And we talk about this in the course, very detailed. The only limiting factor is your imagination, Big. And this in Instagram, the only limiting factor is your imagination.
From services to products to e-com to info to you name it, right?
Yeah, I have friends doing everything. I have friends doing info products, tangible products. I mean, creating their own lines of clothes, doing drop shipping from Alibaba. I mean, you name it, you can have 20 different streams of income.
Yeah. So here is
it's up to you however you want to do it.
Yeah, somebody is asking, Justin Varengi is excited. He's in a little e-com. Justin, you mastered this thing, dude. But the thing is, guys, I was with Tim not knowing this game. You go search me on Instagram, I'm not on Instagram yet. Now, watch me in about 90 days or 6 months, right? I'll be right up there with the big dogs, okay? I'm just going to follow the course. So I wanted to open the same doors that I opened up for myself, right? Tim's got incredible resources that he is bringing to the table as well, and we're going to be increasing this or bringing more, making this more dynamic. It's going to be really, really awesome. But if we'll go together as a group, for example, that's why I wanted to. And Tim, thank you so much, for agreeing on that discount for our members.
Yeah, I think all my buddies are waiting.
So we wanted to open up the doors. For example, you guys, ability to introduce you, potentially to other influencers. Imagine the possibilities, right? As a group, we're talking about the D word. Okay, somebody tell me what the D word I'm talking about. Somebody tell me. What's the D word I'm talking about all the time, right? In the 4%. We don't compete. We don't want to compete. You don't want to compete. You don't want to learn from somebody who's an echo, who got it from somebody else who knows who they got it from. And it's just like passing down the chain. Like it's a broken telephone game we used to play when I was a kid. I don't know, Tim, if you did that or not. Right? By the time you get to the fifth person, the story is completely different. But I want to learn domination. There you go. Lisa. There you go. Deborah, Corey. Yeah, dominate. We dominate. And so I really, truly believe that we can dominate together as a group with quality, with authenticity, with being genuine. You can look at anybody in the eye and you can say, dude, this is the best. And you got nothing to worry about. You don't have anything to worry about because you know that you're not selling something that's shady, snaky, flaky, gimmicky, whatever the case is that might work or might not work. These are the principles and foundations. And I sat in every single module and grilled, Tim with questions that I had questions about the stuff that he was talking about, and I was super clear on everything. So that's I'm
gonna say this, the oldest saying, give a man a fish, it's good for one day. Teach him how to fish. They'll just, and it broke my heart when I was seeing some of these influencers selling all these different products online and not teaching people how to fish. If I was to come online and be like, hey, look, I made $20,000 today, buy this. Dude, you're not in the same position as me to do this. Yeah. That's what I need to disclose to you. Yeah. What we want to do today with 4% is bring these leaders up to be in the same position we are to make the money they want. Guess what? It took me a year and a half to get here. It's going to take you time to get there too. But guess what? You can 10x it because I made mistakes on the way that I had to pay for. Yeah. So in that point, I think my reputation as an influencer through this course is going to rise up because I'm teaching people how to fish. I'm saying, hey, you can live life on your own terms. I bought a brand new Range Rover in my garage because of Instagram.
You sound like Ty Lopez in my garage.
I'm being honest with you.
Dude, this is like this stuff, you guys. I'm telling you, this is I'm personally very excited about it, man. Myself, Tim, I'm excited about this stuff. I wanted to tell you something. Man, and it slipped my mind. Some people are asking, how do we get this? Okay, you guys, this is an internal opening. Okay, for registrations for people that are inside the 4%. Okay, let me make it very, very clear what the 4% is, who we are, what this is. Okay, the 4% group. Okay, we're still a baby. Okay, it birthed from an idea of being above average, going above average, above typical. There's a lot of this 80%ers over here that's like failing, right? The 20 percenters are grinding. But then there's the 80-20 in the top 20, okay? The 20% of the 20%, they're the 4 percenters. These guys are movers and shakers, okay? They might not be the richest kids in the world, but you know what? They make the economies go around. These are the guys that are multiple 7-figure income earners, multiple solid 6-figure income earners. They don't worry about stuff. They can cut their, they can cut checks for things in life. They can they can write their own paycheck for anything they want to do. Their lives are awesome, right? And so we wanted to create a group that would focus on that, okay? Have certain standards. And so how do we do that? Well, we do that by, first of all, identifying what's important. If I'm an entrepreneur, what's important for me to be able to get to that 4%, right? Territory. Well, I need to understand a few things. I need to understand how do I do my business, but the problem is there is a lot of fluff, a lot of fat. So how do we focus on the most potent information? Cut out all the fat, all the garbage, give you what you need, the most nutritious food, right? That will keep you healthy and vibrant and looking and feeling young and everything like that. So it's in business, but business has categories. So business, we're talking about, traffic, conversions, list building, all these different things. In a nutshell, this is what it is. If you would like to become powerful, influential, and dominant, okay, the most powerful, influential, and dominant figure in your business and life, okay, then 4% is exactly what you need. Now, we have different levels of 4% group, okay? Hear me out very, very clearly. I don't want anybody to misrepresent this or misinterpret this or say, oh, you guys are a biz op. We're the furthest thing from biz op that you can ever imagine, okay? So what we have is you can register, you can create yourself an account for free, okay? If somebody shared this stream with you, or if there's a link around the video somewhere, that you can check out, okay? There is typically a way that we have 2 funnels, 2 doors that you can register for free, okay? There's a 7 steps funnel, allows you to register into the 4% for free. There's also Show Me the Money funnel. You can get in for free. You get tremendous value even as a free member, okay? There's also a pro level member, okay? If you want to participate in all the other cool stuff, you can pay, upgrade to be a pro level member. We are launching out a master's level member as well. That's coming out a little bit later at the conference. It will be a $5,000 level. Again, okay, we got something for everybody. Super, super advanced people, middle people, and then somebody who's just getting started. But we're also building out this marketplace, right? So this right here, okay? You see this on the screen? So this marketplace right here, you guys, right? If you look on the left, okay, it's got the business and marketing category. So in business and marketing category, let me go back to that here real quick. There is all these different products that we're building out and developing, okay? And these products we're bringing for the best price we can possibly bring them, okay, to our members. And then you guys who are at the certain levels here with the 4%, you'll be able to promote each one of these products and sell it for what it is, which is a product, right? To different industries, to different people. And so you can even be a free member of the 4%. As long as you're a registered member and verified member of the 4%, you'll be able to go inside your members area and pick up this product. This is the only way you can purchase this product right now, okay? Is getting it from the members area of the 4%. Make sense? You get access to it right there in the members area. It's one big umbrella, one big house, okay? Later on, okay, at the conference, we are launching out the whole back-end arm, okay, for our ecosystem, okay, of the 4%. And this is where you guys will be able to promote each one of those programs individually for what it is. No business opportunity attached, nothing. This is very, very clear, cut and, black and white, right? You don't have to worry about anything and regulations, all that. It's very, very cut and dry. You'll be able to promote those through the funnels that we build. For example, Insta Traffic Mastery we already shot funnels. We were in LA and Tim and I, we shot really, really cool funnel for Insta Traffic Mastery that will be available to you to promote to anybody you want to promote outside of the, outside world, okay? And so that is coming up. So to answer your questions, how do you get it? Find somebody who can give you a link for you to become a member of the 4%, log into your members area. You'll be able to go to programs and pick it up from there, okay? I know we're making it hard, right? Somebody would be like, dude, why are you making it so hard to sign up? Because this is good, dude. You don't go to a Ferrari, car lot dealership and just pick up a Ferrari and just drive away. You don't go to like I think maybe you could do it with Rolls Royce, but Ferrari, no, man, you gotta order. You gotta wait like 2 years. Why? Quality takes, dude. You know, it's quality, man. You know, it's not a Honda. Tim,
And yeah, I think I was
talk to me.
like, you know, yeah, even on top of that, most of my influencer friends right now are waiting to promote this as soon as they found out I created something like this. And I told them it's only 4%. So they're waiting for that conference day to be over so they can push us heavily throughout Instagram.
Nice.
To other people who have not been aware of it. So we are, you know, we'll have a whole different community also, you know, partnering up with us in this area too.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people getting behind this. Obviously, some of the most influential people in the space, they want to promote it because they see the value, they see what it is.
And you know, we may be meeting with Ty Lopez too about this too. He, you know, since he found out I created a course, he's very curious to see it.
Yeah. Hey man, you're gonna be at the conference, right?
Yes, I am.
In Orlando.
Yes.
If you guys are not registered for the conference yet, okay, get your ticket for the conference. You'll be able to meet guys like Tim. You know, he's gonna be there. You're gonna be there the entire time, bro? All 3 days, or you?
Yeah, I'll stick around the entire time for sure.
Okay, so we'll be able to hang out with people and maybe do like a private, maybe, you know, breakout or something like that for the product owners, when, you know, those people that own the product.
Yeah, for certain people, Vic, you know, the ones that aren't going to be wasting our times.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so you guys, look, it is what it is. Look, if you want to be, if you want to master Instagram right now for business purposes, for influence, for you know, for celebrity status, to build yourself up, to build your credibility, to, you know, to drive traffic to your info business, to your business opportunities, to your you know, to your affiliate stuff, to your, you know, e-commerce, whatever it is that you're doing, local mom and shop stuff. You can create opportunities out of this. You can learn. Skill set development is the name of the game. Jim Rohn says, he says, look, if you work hard at a job, okay, you will make a living. If you work hard on yourself, what's working hard on yourself, man? It's developing specific skill sets. It's developing how you think, how you react to situations, but it's also developing skill sets specifically, right? That will be like exclusive to you, dude. Like, become somebody who's going to be difficult to replace. The more difficult you will be to replace, the more money you will be making. Okay, the marketplace rewards people for what they bring to the marketplace. If you're a generalist, if you know a lot about a lot about a lot, okay, you're just a generalist. Okay, but if you become a specialist, your pay, your lifestyle, everything's gonna go leaps and bounds, man. It's unbelievable when you decide what happens when you decide to become a specialist in stuff. Okay, so this is one of the things that I highly recommend to anybody. Look, regardless if you get this course, if you find somebody you think is whoever you resonate with, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you this from the heart, you guys. You're watching this, however you found this video. This is a trend that you would be foolish to not take serious look at, okay, to not take advantage of, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a marketer of some sort, because this is where the puck is going. This is where the future is going. Master it, whether it's from this course or, you know, I don't know where else you would go for this type of information. But dude, take this into your hands and run with it. Yes.
For the people who are purchasing this, make sure you go through the step by step on the module. Do not skip. The problem with individuals who are selling or trying to promote Instagram courses is they leave a lot of things outside of context. They don't cover the things you need, the bigger picture, what you need to see before you do that. They tell you do this and that. It's obvious, but they're not covering what you need to do realistically in the back end. We're teaching people in this course the back end, including the front end of business. Same thing with the course, you know. If we create a course, we record everything, but we teach people how to do the editing, what platform to use, what servers to use. You know, it's kind of like the idea of same thing, except we went into depth. If you skip any of these modules, you can still do the process, but it's not going to be as effective. So make sure you go through the modules step by step and have an understanding, clear understanding of what you're doing, or you're going to fail at this. That's why people buy other people's courses and it's not working, because they're not giving them the whole scoop, that's all they know. So they're giving them what they know. We drew out the whole picture, the whole idea, the whole vision board, the whole strategy, the whole 10 yards, what you need to do to get there. So do not skip any of the modules. and think like, I need to jump to this one and get ahead. If you miss module 1 or 2, module 3 might not work as effective for you. If you miss those 3, module 6 might not be as effective for you. So you want to most definitely go through the whole thing multiple times if you need to get a clear understanding of how you're going to line up your business, whether it's your product, your info, or you trying to clearly create a brand for yourself, or if you want to be a publisher tomorrow, how to get the message out there. So we literally cover all those things. So you want to make sure, don't skip anything. That's one thing I want to say, Big. Just make sure the audience knows that it's only effective when you have the whole picture.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, some people are asking questions. I want to answer you guys' questions here in a minute. Okay? I'm going to answer your questions here in a minute. Some people are asking, one sec here. One sec. Okay, somebody is saying if my free member buys, will I get commissions? Okay, so the way you guys are asking because you're in the 4% and you understand how the ecosystem works, right? So I've been telling you this for several weeks leading up to this, because I did not want anybody to say, "Wow, I didn't know," or I wasn't informed, right? Samit, okay, Samit, if you have your conference ticket, okay, that qualified you with what we're doing. At the master's level people are able, okay, to participate as whitelisted affiliates for these courses. So in that case, would be yes. Does that make sense? Regardless if free level member buys or paid, it doesn't matter. Okay, as long as you're qualified to earn commissions on that, you'll be able to earn commissions. Okay. Okay, let's see. You guys are awesome. Tim, people love you, man. I'm not sure if you see the comments or not.
Yes, I'm paying attention.
Okay, good. You see any questions you want to address?
I didn't hear you, Vic. I'm sorry.
I said, do you see any questions you want to address, or any questions that you see that I missed?
Oh, let's see. I'll look at the numbers.
If you guys for those of you guys that pick it up tonight before midnight, we are getting together. Let's see, what's tomorrow is Friday. We'll be getting together. Tim, what's Monday looking for you? How's Monday looking for you?
Yeah, you know me, Vic. I mean, okay. Instagram is a lifestyle of being wherever is value. Okay, where I can add the most value. So
look, you guys pick it up tonight by midnight. On Monday, we're getting together. Okay, with those people that have picked it up tonight before midnight Pacific time, and we're going to discuss this networking deal that we're putting together. Okay. Okay, Tim. Look, if you got anything else you wanna say before we jump off?
I mean, to be honest with you, Vic, I'm just excited to see how people's lives have changed through this. And thank you for the opportunity to impact and help be part of that journey you guys are taking, and trusting and believing in me to purchase this course. Thank you, Vic.
Yeah, you guys will appreciate you. Great. Awesome things are coming to the 4%, man. You guys hopefully start seeing a little bit of a picture unfolding here, right? It might still be a little foggy for you, but trust me, we'll get some really, really cool stuff coming up. Okay, I'm looking at the screen right there, and this thing is gonna grow over the next. You'll see. Okay, you'll see some things that are we're preparing for you, trainings for free members for different levels and specific specialty trainings and specialty programs based on what the needs are in the industry right now is going to be like nobody else will be able to touch it for quality.
Vic, do you see me around? Just wanted to make sure.
I can hear you, man. Yeah, you're around.
No, I'm saying, you still need me around, or are you gonna?
Oh, dude, we're cool, man. We're cool. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You guys, I appreciate you too. Tim, you can jump off, man, if you want to. I'm gonna stick here for any Q&A that people might have.
All right. If anybody has any, shoot me a text message. I'll hop back up if you need me. Cool.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
So I'm just gonna hang out with you guys here and see if I can maybe answer any questions you may have here. Okay. I'll take 5 minutes. Okay. I'll take 5 minutes here. Appreciate the shares. Appreciate the hearts, you guys. It seems like you guys are loving it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. A bunch of thank yous, a bunch of excited people here. Okay. Love to be on the network with you. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Vic, I live in Orlando. If you want to buy a ticket, if I want to buy a ticket but don't need the hotel, how much? Kevin, the ticket has nothing to do with the hotel. The hotel is a bonus that I'm paying out of my pocket. So it's really, there's no discount, man. Like hotel price is not included in the ticket price. It's a bonus that we're giving for certain people that are quick enough to participate in the promotion. You know what I mean? I take these things off. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Miles, pro members already have this course. No, this has not, like, these are specialty courses, you guys, okay? Pro level members, you guys have other programs. Here's what we're gonna do. We have a clear, distinct, okay, black and white side-by-side chart, okay, that will clearly state, okay, here's what free members are getting, okay, here's what pro members are getting, here's what pro lifetime members are getting, here's what the master level members are getting, okay, so you'll see exactly what's included with which membership, and it's going to be very, very clear. We're optimizing our back office, okay. Obviously, you guys, if you have been with us since the beginning, you know, you've seen how things, you know, progressed, and I think we've come pretty far, you know, since the first version of the back office. Okay, when will the funnels be available to promote? Funnels to the outside of the 4% for the rest of the world will be available to you sometime before the event. Okay, at the event, we are launching out our ecosystem for the specialty products in portfolio. Before you will be able to promote those funnels, you will go through a certification process. Okay, right now, anybody that let's say that anybody that comes to your door, think of iTunes. Okay, think of iTunes. If iTunes had an affiliate, which I don't know if they do or not, let's say if iTunes had an affiliate opportunity, right? And you referred somebody to iTunes and they created a free iTunes account, they will be attached to you, for example, right? Same model here. If you referred somebody to the 4%, even if they create a free account, okay, iTunes comparison, and now they're inside of the 4%, if they buy any products, okay, that you're eligible to earn commissions on, if they buy anything, whether it's today or a year from now or 3 years from now, when they make a purchase, because that person is attached to you as an affiliate, you're their affiliate, you will get paid as long as you are an active member, right? You didn't terminate yourself or stuff like that. Make sense? So what we're building out here, you guys, is the most sophisticated ecosystem that this industry has ever seen. Currently, we are up to, I think, probably 9 or 10 income streams. Okay, 3 of those are very, very solid. 3 of those, one of them is ClickFunnels. Okay, ClickMagic is another one. We've got GetResponse. Okay, some of those are paying out literally tens of thousands of dollars to our members already, and it's all working through the ecosystem. We are building out this marketplace right now. So for those guys who are following, okay, to what's happening here, and you see the vision and you see how you have that visionary eye, right? You can see where this can go. You see the power of it, you know, and so we're very, very excited about it because this is going to become literally this massive, massive giant network, like a marketplace with world-class products vetted out, okay, with a training center that is second to none, okay, that trains people in specific key areas of business and life, how to become that 4%, or gives them an opportunity to promote great, awesome, world-class products that are in high demand in the world, in different niches, different marketplaces. And on top of that, it's all surrounded with just the most incredible community you can envision, okay? And our outcome is simple. We teach people how to become most powerful, most influential, and most dominant figure in business and life, okay? And it's your 10-second elevator pitch. Hey, do you want to be the most powerful, influential, and dominant figure in your life and business? Join 4%. That's exactly what you need. And if you said no, we're not the right thing for you. Simple, okay? Let's see. Vic, what 3 nights are covered during the conference in June? Terrell, any 3 nights you tell us. Okay, email support, say, hey, I would like for you guys to cover my boom, boom, boom. Give us the dates. Okay, the conference is 19th, 20th, and 21st. If you're flying in on the 18th, okay, we can cover 18, 19, 20. So any of the 3 nights, you tell the support, they'll mark you, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay. Looking for questions here. Do masters affiliates get pass ups from non-masters below? There's no pass up system, David. There's no pass up system, bro. Right now, anyways. Okay. With the ecosystem that we're building out, we might do something interesting with it, which I would like to do. But as of right now, me speaking to you, there is no pass up system available. Okay. Martha loves the saying visionary eye, huh? That's right. You gotta have, a lot of people don't have vision, man. A lot of people don't have, a lot of people are so busy, you know, looking like this, like what's in front of their nose. They don't have a high beam vision. You gotta have a high beam vision. Be a visionary. Mark Zuckerberg is a visionary. Look at anybody who made a difference in the world. Anybody. You name one person who made a big giant difference in the world who was not a visionary. Okay? Every one of them. Mark Zuckerberg, he sees things before they exist. Okay? The latest, the late Steve Jobs, right? Saw things before they ever existed. Anybody who has accomplished anything, I got a bunch of Apple stuff here. Look, somebody had to envision this little thing called the paper, right? I mean, it was a visionary, man. You guys, and this is a muscle, this is something that a lot of people are afraid of everything, okay? If I'm afraid, if I'm waiting for all the lights in town to be green before I head out, I will never get out my house, right? Sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith and go and work with what we've got. Look, take one step, go as far as you can see, okay? When you see there, when you get there, you will see how to go further. But have faith in yourself, have faith. You gotta trust the source, okay? Very, very important. A lot of people are failing because they don't trust themselves and they don't trust the source, okay? So they're always skeptical about things. They're always finding like, will this work? It's probably not gonna work, and I'm just gonna prove it's not gonna work. So that approach already failing, right? You've got to trust in your ability that, you know what? You can pull this off. Like if you want to learn a skill, think about, a skill that you learn, did you learn a different language? Did you go to college? Did you take a class? Did you learn how to ride a bicycle? When you were learning how to drive a car, right? When you were passing, different skills in life that we learn, right? We can do it. Like I'm telling you right now, even that doesn't matter how old you are or where you live or, what your background is. You can learn this. It's a skill that anybody can learn. Like anybody, anybody can learn this skill. And so have faith in yourself. Just be like, I can do it. I can do it. If it's going to take me 3 months, I can do it. If it's going to take me a month, dude, if it's going to take me a year, I can do it. I'm going to master a skill. Master a skill. And then as you're doing it, as you make the decision, then you've got to find somebody who is trustworthy, somebody that you can resonate with, and you've got to trust the source 100%. If you don't trust the source, okay, if you only trust 90%, you're like, I'm still little, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. You're not going to be open, okay, to receiving the necessary information that you need to receive, okay, in order for you to win. Make sense? You've got to trust the source. It's very, very important. If it's 4% you trust, if it's myself or the Tim or any one of our instructors that are coming in, okay, trust the source. If you don't trust the source, get out and find somebody that you would trust. It will be the best thing for you, not for anybody else, for you, okay? I'm telling you like it is. It's very important for me to trust the source. Okay, let's see. Okay, guys, look, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to circle back with Tim. We're going to set up a time, okay, for Monday. Anybody that picks up that enrolls in Insta Traffic Mastery before midnight Pacific time tonight, okay, we'll send you an email and we'll get together on Monday. We'll discuss collaboration for the network. Okay, I really think we should put together a network that might be a paid network later. Probably going to have to be a paid network later, but it would be essential, okay, for us to do that for moving forward, for the longer vision, with what we're trying to accomplish here, especially with what Instagram is doing. There's got to be a way for us to be able to take things to the next level together. Pick it up by midnight tonight. We will notify you on Monday. We'll get together in a private setting, in a private room, and it will be virtual. It will be some sort of a webinar broadcast, and we'll collaborate on this together. Okay? Appreciate you. Be awesome. Be great, you guys. We had a lot of fun filming this. We've got we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on in the background here. If you're not a member of the 4%, find somebody who can get you a link, okay? Or maybe there's a link around this video somewhere. Click it, become a member, join, and I'll see you inside. God bless, and I'll see you next time.